Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. This time, we're diving into the world of AI agents.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, really fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
We're breaking down an interview with Adam Silverman,
Okay.
the founder of Agency, a company that's all about helping businesses use AI agents.
Interesting.
And what's really crazy is the scale that Silverman is working at already.
Okay.
He's using over 50 AI agents.
Wow.
Some of them are even working all night. Like, can you
That's
imagine
wild. It's like having a whole team working around the clock, even when you're asleep.
a tireless team?
Yeah, exactly.
So it really highlights the potential, right? Like,
Mm.
this isn't some far-off thing.
Right. It's happening now.
Silverman's using these agents right now for all sorts of things, like both personal stuff and business tasks.
Like what kind of things?
Well, he uses them for researching people before meetings,
Mm-hmm.
so he can, like, be prepared.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. And for, core business things like sales and lead generation.
So he's got them handling pretty important stuff.
Oh, yeah, totally. He even has an agent named Mindy.
Mindy.
Yeah, Mindy helps him prep for meetings by gathering intel on the attendees.
So like a personal researcher.
Basically. Think about how much time that saves him.
Yeah, tons. It frees you up to like actually focus on the meeting itself.
Right? It's not just about the time. It's like your mental bandwidth.
Absolutely. You can actually be present in the moment.
Exactly. It's like those note-taker apps that use AI to, capture the key points during calls.
Oh, yeah. Those are game changers. You can actually engage in the conversation instead of frantically scribbling notes.
Exactly. Like Fathom. Have you heard of that one?
I have, yeah. It's amazing how these tools can augment our abilities, right?
Yeah, it's like AI becoming this partner that helps us be more effective.
Totally.
And honestly, this is just the beginning. Silverman talks about a future where we have these fully integrated AI assistant agents.
Oh, wow. Like, what would that look like?
Imagine an agent that, like, manages your schedule, but also anticipates your needs, tackles your to-do list.
And keeps you on track with your goals.
Yeah, like a true partner, not just a basic voice assistant that sets timers.
That's a fascinating concept. And it may not be that far off, right? There are already companies like Induced and Open Interpreter working on creating agents that are more proactive.
So they take initiative.
Yeah, instead of just reacting to instructions, they're like anticipating and acting ahead.
Wow, that's a game changer.
It totally is. The shift from reactive AI to proactive AI opens up so many possibilities.
It's like going from a basic tool to a true collaborator.
Exactly.
And here's where things get really interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
Silverman is a huge advocate for the open source revolution in AI.
Oh, interesting.
He talks about models like Llama 3.1, which has a crazy number of
I
parameters.
remember hearing about that. Didn't it have something like 405 billion parameters?
Yeah, that's like more connections than synapses in the human brain.
Mhm.
And he actually predicts that the best models of the future, they might be open source.
Wow, that's a bold prediction.
Right, think
Yeah.
about it. Access to the most advanced AI, not just controlled by a few big companies, but available to everyone.
That could be huge. It's like the difference between having a proprietary software program and having the source code. Anyone can modify and improve it.
Exactly. So what could that mean for us, in practical terms?
Well, for starters, it could mean cheaper access to these AI tools.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
It could also mean being able to process data locally, on our own devices instead of relying on some big server farm.
So like privacy benefits too.
Yeah, potentially.
And here's another interesting thing. Silverman isn't just betting on the giant models, the ones that seem to be all the rage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he thinks smaller, more specialized models might actually be the real game changers.
Huh, that's interesting. It goes against the bigger is always better mentality.
Right. And it all comes down to this concept of fine-tuning.
Oh, yeah, tell me more about that.
It's like instead of using one giant model for everything, you tailor smaller models for specific tasks. Kind of like training a dog for a specific job.
Oh, I see. So instead of one generalist, you have a team of specialists?
Exactly. And that leads to greater efficiency, affordability, makes AI more accessible to everyone.
That makes a lot of sense.
And Silverman's advice to all of us is to, lean into AI learning.
Even if we're not like engineers or data scientists.
Yeah, he really emphasizes that anyone can benefit from understanding this stuff.
So, like, what are some practical steps people can take?
Well, he even tells this story about a listener who just took Silverman's Twitter threads, turned them into presentations, and he became the AI guy at his company.
Wow. Just from Twitter threads.
It just shows you that even a basic understanding of AI can give you a real edge
Totally. It's about being proactive and embracing this technology.
Right. You don't have to be a programmer to see the potential here.
Absolutely. And the sooner you start learning, the better positioned you'll be.
Exactly. It's all about understanding the power of AI and how it can transform our lives.
I couldn't agree more.
And Silverman has this little trick.
What's that?
He calls it the automation notebook.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Yeah. So it's pretty simple, but powerful,
Yeah, tell me more.
You basically just jot down all the tasks you do during your day,
Yeah.
and think about which ones you could automate.
Oh, that's a good idea. You start to see all those things that are eating up your time.
Exactly. You might be surprised by how much you can actually hand over to AI.
Right. It's like instead of seeing AI as a threat, we start seeing it as a tool to make our lives easier.
Totally.
Like imagine having a team of assistants handling all those little tedious things.
Yeah, you'd be free to focus on the stuff you actually enjoy.
Exactly.
Silverman even uses the example of research tasks,
Oh, interesting.
even in complex fields, financial analysis.
Wow. Okay.
He thinks a lot of that can and will be automated.
So where does that leave us humans?
Well, Silverman's pretty optimistic about that, actually.
Oh, okay, good.
He sees a future where humans and AI work together,
So it's not a competition.
Not at all. It's more like a partnership,
Right.
each playing to their strengths.
I like that. So AI handles the data crunching
Mm,
and we humans bring the creativity, the strategy.
exactly. And he even mentions a company called Payman.
Okay.
They created an agent that actually pays humans.
Pays humans.
Yeah, to do the tasks that it can't handle itself.
Oh, wow. That's fascinating. It's like this hybrid model, right?
Yeah, AI and humans working together.
AI doing the heavy lifting
Mm,
and humans coming in for the things AI can't quite do yet.
yeah, those tasks that require nuanced judgment and creativity.
Exactly.
So it's like this symbiotic relationship.
I like that.
We feed the AI data, give it feedback, and it frees up our time.
So we can focus on the big picture stuff.
Exactly. And that's Silverman's core message,
Yeah, what is it?
Embrace the power of AI. But don't lose that human element.
Don't forget what makes us human.
Yeah, the winning combo is human ingenuity plus AI's capabilities.
Absolutely.
Silverman also talks about how fast things are moving in AI, especially with open source models.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned, image generation tools have caught up to, and in some cases even surpassed, closed models.
Wow. That's amazing. So open source is really coming into its own.
Totally. And he thinks the cost of running these powerful models,
Yeah.
it's going to keep going down, making them even more accessible.
That's great news. It's
Oh.
like what we saw with the internet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Remember how expensive it used to be?
Definitely.
And now it's everywhere.
Ubiquitous.
Yeah, and that ties back to his point about those smaller, specialized models, right?
Wow, right.
As the tech gets better and cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
we won't necessarily need those huge, all-encompassing models.
Right.
We can have smaller, specialized ones for specific tasks.
That makes a lot of sense.
More efficient and cost-effective.
Yeah, so instead of one giant AI brain, we could have a whole team of specialized agents, each one an expert in its field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine having an AI agent for managing your finances.
Uh-huh.
Another one for planning trips.
And another for helping you write that novel you've always dreamed of.
See, the possibilities are endless. But the question is, how do we get there? How do we take advantage of all this?
Good question.
Well, Silverman really stresses the importance of being proactive,
So don't just wait for AI to happen to you.
Yeah, go out there and explore. Test the tools. Form your own opinions.
Yeah, be an active participant.
He even suggests making a separate email address just for signing up for all those AI tools and services.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Keeps your main inbox clean.
Right. It's like your own little AI research lab.
I like that.
It's all about that mindset of constant learning and experimenting.
It's not just for techies anymore.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to be an engineer or data scientist to benefit from all of this.
It's about connecting the dots, right?
Yeah,
Seeing how AI can be applied in your life.
totally. You can be like an AI translator,
Ooh, I like that.
bridging the gap between the tech and the real-world needs of your business or personal life.
It's about making AI accessible.
Exactly. And Silverman believes that anyone can do this,
Really?
Yeah, with a little effort and willingness to learn.
So what's the first step?
He says, start by thinking about your own workflow.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the opportunities for automation?
Makes sense.
Because at the end of the day, AI is just another tool, right?
Right.
We've always used tools to make our lives easier, to extend our capabilities.
From the wheel to the printing press to the internet.
Exactly. And AI is just the next step in that evolution.
And just like those other tools, it has the power to really change things.
But it's up to us to decide how we use it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
powerful, right? Like, we actually have a say in how this all plays out.
Exactly. It's not just something that's happening to us.
Right. We get to shape it.
And Silverman's really pushing us to, like, be those AI people in our circles, you know?
The go-to experts, the ones who get it.
Exactly. He even said something that really stuck with me.
What was that?
He said if he were starting out today, you know, considering a master's in engineering or like a traditional IT role, he'd actually lock himself in a room for 3 months and just like devour every AI video on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Really? Instead of like the formal education.
Yeah. He thinks that practical knowledge is way more valuable right now.
Huh. That's interesting. So it's not about being a tech genius. It's about being willing to learn.
Exactly. Anyone can do it, he says, with enough curiosity and dedication.
And he even suggests, like, joining group chats or online communities.
Yeah, connect with other AI enthusiasts, you know?
Share what you're learning, bounce ideas off each other.
Exactly. It's a community thing, this AI revolution.
We're all in this together, right?
Totally. And there are real benefits to being an early adopter, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Career-wise, I mean.
Big time. Companies are desperate for people with these skills.
So if you can show that expertise,
They're going to be in high demand.
Future-proofing your career, basically.
Yeah. Exactly. As AI changes everything, those who understand it will thrive.
So let's bring it back to you, our listener.
Yes.
What's one task in your life that could be handled by an AI agent?
What could you be doing with that freed up time and energy?
And what about your field? What skills that seem indispensable now are actually ripe for automation?
Start thinking like Silverman. Grab that notebook and jot down those opportunities.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Who knows? Maybe we'll feature your story in a future deep dive.
Until then, happy automating.